What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are going to talk about a new crypto that I just found. Sometimes, whenever you're searching for things stand out, and I don't know. Maybe there's a purpose. Maybe it's so that we all lose money. Maybe it's so we make some money. I don't know. It's called Star Atlas, ATLAS. That's the ticker. The reason why or how I found this, I was looking up a different coin, and then underneath it actually was like a recommended coin, or it was something of like a similar ticker to a coin I was looking up, and I actually liked the volume profile that it has. I like the volume profile that it has for the market cap. It's a very low market cap coin. It's like 20 something million dollars, but it saw over $2 million, and it's. Let me just show you guys the chart actually real quick. You know, let me see here. Hold on. Get this all set up. All right, cool. So this chart here, generally, okay, so just so that we're aware of it, right? It was Terra. I was looking up Terra, and then Star Atlas was below it, and I was just thinking Terra is doing some phenomenal stuff, but its volume's kind of low for the market cap. But that's okay, as long as it's not breaking out. Whenever it breaks out, it needs higher volume. But that's neither here nor there. I said that in another video. I'm looking below here, and I'm seeing that this thing has the same amount of volume, and they even have a DAO. They've got some stuff going on. So I figured I would do some research on it, and this is going to be a little bit of story time with C-Zar essentially. But if you're seeing that level of volume, you're seeing around 10%, over 8% of volume at these areas where you're not doing anything. It's kind of encouraging to me, at least, right? Like this looks like it could be set up for some kind of a triple bottom. You've dropped a lot. This gives me XCN vibes, you guys. It really, really does. If you don't know what XCN is, let me just help you out here. Right? Like this. It gives me the same vibes. And you saw a 20x move in like a matter of 2 weeks whenever it came to moving up higher. This thing, it's not the exact same chart, right? It's obviously not. But here you're really set up for a nice, immaculate kind of V-shaped recovery. I think you've got this W look to you. And if you get above these highs here, if you can get above basically 1.3 cents, you're likely not going to stop until you hit 2.4 cents or 3.5 cents. You're at 0.00155 now. You understand what I'm talking about? Like this is, and that's just the only reason I say stop there is because you didn't stop anywhere except for here. Basically, you know what I mean? You're finding resistance here. Let me make this all transparent for you. You're finding resistance here on a closing basis. Make no mistake, it was right here where these wicking highs were as well. You wicked up above it, but you closed down here because that was the resistance point. Very low market cap coin. You see a little bit of flexibility in these resistance points, right? You can wick through them. Here you have this triple bottom look, and it's not necessarily a triple bottom, but you do have the all-time low here on this week. You're getting a higher low here. It looks like somewhat of a relative double bottom. And if you guys know anything about me and the way that I like to identify potential like humongous bullish setups, is we look for patterns that look just like this, okay, just like that, but ideally before they get above what I call the nipple, right? That's the nipple. And to be completely fair, while this in itself looks like a W and that's the nipple here, there's another prospect where this overall thing could be a W, right? And then that's the nipple. You got nipples on nipples, man. Life is good, right? It's good stuff. We're at 0.0015 now with the prospects to go above a cent, to go above 3 cents even, if it sees some life. Now, I want to do some story time. Okay, I don't want to just talk about the charts. I actually want to read a little passage here. Okay, I asked Grok. Maybe you know what? I can take my face away. Let's take my face away. That way we're all doing this at your own pace. You don't have to read along with me. You can pause it and read it on your own if you want to, and you might read faster than how I talk. But let's see. Star Atlas. I asked him, can you tell me about Star Atlas crypto? And I've got Grok down to the point where like he gives me information the way I want to. He's very thorough, and if I need him to be more thorough, I can ask about it. But this is pretty exciting stuff, or at least I think it's interesting, right? I'm not really invested in too many gaming coins when it comes to crypto, and I'm always looking to diversify into various sectors. Star Atlas is a blockchain-based, space-themed game strategy grand strategy video game built on the Solana blockchain. It's set in a futuristic universe in the year 2620 where players can explore, engage in territorial conquest, and participate in a decentralized economy. The game integrates cryptocurrency and NFTs, making it a prominent example of a play to earn metaverse project. And you guys know how I am about metaverse projects, guys. I like my metaverse tokens. Below is an overview of Star Atlas and its associated cryptocurrency. The game and its vision. Star Atlas combines real-time graphics, multiplayer gameplay, and blockchain mechanics to create an immersive metaverse. It uses Unreal Engine 5 for cinematic quality visuals and is designed to offer a mix of exploration, combat, resource management, and political strategy. Interesting. The game kind of sounds like StarCraft or like Civ. The game revolves around three factions: Mud, humankind; Ani, alien; and Ooster, sentient androids. Definitely kind of reminds me of StarCraft with just like the three races there, competing for dominance in a resource rich galaxy. Players can own and trade in game assets like ships, land, and equipment as NFTs. For anybody who games, that's cool. That's really cool, right? Like that concept is cool, right? You think about it, if you think about modern warfare, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or any game like that, you have to work your way up to get certain guns, to get certain skins and stuff like that, but everybody can work their way up to get those same things. You can actually own an individual thing that nobody else in the game can own, and you can trade that, right? You are the only one with this ship, or maybe you're the only one out of 1,000 people who have this kind of ship, right? But it's kind of an interesting concept. Of course, these are all just promises. I want you guys to understand these are all promises, aspirations they intend to have. You never know when this company or this project could go belly up, right? You never know whenever something bad could happen. Who knows if they end up doing everything they set out to be, but it just right from the get-go had my interest. I love video games. I haven't played video games in a long time. As a dad, as a YouTuber, as a crypto consort or consult, I don't know, man, whatever the hell the appropriate word would be. Oh, looks like my camera went dead. Good thing I didn't have the big screen. But players can own and trade in-game assets like ships, land, and equipment as NFTs, which are secured on the Solana blockchain. This blockchain was chosen for its high transaction speed. I think that's good. A lot of people are talking smack about Solana right now, you guys, but let's be clear. Solana is in a very strong position to flip Ethereum. It really is. And I don't think it does, but it's not going away anytime soon, right? And anyways, the blockchain was chosen for its high transaction speed, up to 50,000 transactions per second, and low cost. Definitely better than Ethereum for something like this, I would think. Enabling a seamless gaming experience, unless Ethereum updates, right? You never know. The cryptocurrencies Atlas and Polis. Atlas token purpose the primary in-game utility token and used as the currency within the Star Atlas economy. So that's not just a token that you invest in, but that's also the token that you would use in the game. Functionality. Players use Atlas to purchase assets, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I need to read that part. Deflationary mechanics. Nice. Okay. Atlas tokens can be burned, removed from circulation when in-game assets like spacecrafts are destroyed in battles. What? Potentially reducing supply over time and influencing value. So you lose. That's crazy. Whatever tokens you put in, if it gets destroyed, you lose those tokens. That's a crazy concept, guys, right? Like if you have a spaceship in this game, it might cost you $1,000 in the real world, right? And then if it gets destroyed, you lose that value. It's like losing a car. That's cool. I think that's cool. That's a little rugged. That's a little rough, but I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. Current status as of March 1st, 2025. While I don't have real-time price data, we don't need the price data. That's okay. And by the way, it's actually not on a lot of exchanges, which I think is a good thing. It is on Kraken. That could be a precursor. Sometimes Kraken does get some tokens before a lot of other exchanges, and that those tokens tend to do very well. Not always. That's not a good rule of thumb to go off of, but it's sometimes, or a good bit of the time even, I would say. Polis token. And I don't know why the face keeps, or the camera keeps cutting out, but whatever. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I might just take away the camera if it does that again. Polis token. Purpose, the government's token for Star Atlas and its decentralized autonomous organization. I'm sure if it's Polis, that's for Star Atlas DAO. That should be rather obvious. Functionality, Polis holders can vote on game development decisions, economic policies, and the management of the DAO's treasury. Yeah. Probably figured that. Supply. Polis has a fixed supply, though the DAO could vote to adjust this in the future. It's less about in-game transactions and more about long-term control and influence. Okay. Current status, like Atlas, Polis is traded on exchanges and its value is tied to community engagement and blah, blah, blah. Economy, play to earn model. I don't necessarily want to read any more. If you want to, you can. I'll just scroll through. This is what Grok has to say. Okay. risks and considerations. I love how he always says that. Volatility, like most cryptos, Atlas and Polis prices are highly volatile and speculative. Development risks, the game's success depends on delivering on its ambitious roadmap. And that's the thing. That's where a lot of you and me, that's where a lot of crypto investors go wrong. You think that all these things they promise to do are already real, right? Oh, this is what it's going to do. It's reality right now. I should invest in it. No, it's not reality. It's they hope that it will become reality. Oftentimes, everything that they described here, it's still in development. It's not something that they can actually achieve right now. They're developing it. That's what their goal is. They don't have the tech, they don't have the money, they don't have the whatever to make this a reality yet, but maybe in time they will. Um, with various features like Sage Labs and showroom releases providing early access to players. Posts on X and web sources suggest ongoing progress. Good, including marketplace activity. Good. We like to see that. That's all good stuff. I figured there would be progress. Again, what got me excited, you guys, was the volume. It's not immaculate volume. It's nothing crazy. But for a coin that's not really that exciting right now, seeing that much volume, that interests me a little bit. You follow the money, right? You follow the money. That doesn't mean just because it's having around 10% of its volume does not mean that it's absolved of going lower, right? Like it could, you never know. You could be in an absolute junk heap here. I'm not invested in this coin. I'm not being shilled to talk about this coin, or I'm not shilling you the coin, right? I'm not being paid for this coin. I don't own any of it. Nobody has sent me any coins. This is not nothing like that, right? If I ever, and I mean, if that was a lie, then you could sue me for it, right? Because this is a blatant lie to my, I think you'd be able to sue me. I would think, but it's you wouldn't be able to sue me anyways because I'm telling you the truth. And none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm getting all distracted here because I'm getting scared. I'm shaking in my boots. No, because I think that this thing actually has a lot of potential, being at this very low market cap. But you never know. You never know how low it could go, how high it could go. But certainly, I do think that it seems a bit interesting, and I'm not being shilled for this project. That's all I was trying to say. I'm not shilling you the project. I have no connection to it at all, but I am interested in it. With a coin like this, with something that has a low market cap of 28 million. Just to put this in perspective, if it sets out to do everything that it wants to do, if it becomes a popular coin, there's a lot of hype around it, you could see a coin like this, do 100x or more. It really could in this cycle. That doesn't mean that it will. Just because it could doesn't mean it will. So, if you put a little bit of money, I don't know, what's a little bit of money to you? Or maybe what's a lot of money? If a lot of money is $1,000 to you, and it should be no matter what level you are, $1,000 is a lot of money. Nobody would want to lose that. If $1,000 is a lot of money to you, maybe don't put more than $100 into something like this, right? Because $100, even though that's 10% of your potential portfolio, if 1,000's a lot, you can probably still, even at that level, make $100, within a doable amount of time. That's not a huge amount of risk. If $10,000 is a lot of money to you, you probably don't want to put more than $500 into something like this, right? I would say you probably don't want to put more than, if you're at $100,000 or more, you probably wouldn't even want to put more than like 2.5% of your portfolio into this thing, right? Very small amounts. And why? It's because it has tremendous, tremendous potential, right? This is the definition of getting in early, buying the low, right? Risky, a lot of risk, but a lot of risk comes a lot of reward. If you were to see new all-time highs, and I'm not saying that you will, but if you were to see new all-time highs, I mean, that move already is over a 200x. That's basically like a 183x. Not saying that you will, but I like this a lot. I like this a lot. And I have a little inclination that you might. Let's finish this up here. Market adoption, the value of the token hinges on player engagement and broader acceptance. Absolutely. It needs popularity. You guys, cryptocurrency, I know my face is frozen here. Cryptocurrency, I'm just going to take off the camera. It is a popularity contest, right? It's like the homecoming king and queen. Whoever's the most popular kid in the school, they're the, or like whoever they want to put up there for whatever reason. They're the ones that get elected, right? Bitcoin is number one. Why? Because it's the most popular coin. Not because it's the least popular coin. It has to gain popularity. So that's a big part. If you're interested in the latest price or specific updates, I don't need that. I definitely don't need that. But play to earn mechanics, I don't want to explain that. I feel like that's pretty obvious. You should all be aware of that. But this is crazy, guys. I mean, it's not crazy. It's actually, it seems pretty cool. I don't know. And maybe I'm in a bullish mood. Maybe I'm just looking at this and thinking more of it than I should, but I'm a bit interested. I might put a little bit of money in at this thing. I love buying the lows on projects and just seeing how it does. So I'm probably going to put a little bit in here. Again, guys, with 100x potential, you could put $100 into this and that could turn into $10,000. Like if $100 isn't a lot of money to you, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but hey, you know, if you can scrap that together, that could turn into $10,000 by the end of the cycle. If $10,000 is a lot of money to you and $100 is not, then that's a good risk reward metric for return there. And by the way, likely it's probably going to do something more than a 200x if it does see new all-time highs. I'm not saying that it probably will. I'm just saying if it were to see new all-time highs, you would likely see something over a 200x. So 100 turns into 20 grand at that point, right? Let alone if you put any more money than that in, right? But don't put something in. We're at these low levels here, and while I'm interested in it, I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. This is a perfect next video after don't let YouTubers wreck your portfolio. This exact video. This is what I'm talking about, right? You don't know. You never know. And I hope this is one of those coins that works out well. I like the structure. If you look at the RSI, I think the RSI is fine on the weekly time frame. Getting overbought but not getting oversold is a good thing. It definitely is. If you look at where you are, you've got a double bottom here from a low to a high. You are right at the 1272. Closing there would be nice. You could go lower. You could still go to 0.001. You're at 0.0015 now, so you could go lower. This doesn't mean that it's the low just because it's at a low price in terms of its overall chart here. On a daily aspect, you do have some bullish divergence, to be completely fair. You are getting some volume that's significant here, right? We don't see it on this chart, but we see it on coin market cap here. I want to look at the 4 hour. The 4 hours looking a little bit bullish, looking to turn bullish. I bet this thing starts moving up here pretty soon, you guys. I don't know what other time frame to look at. Maybe the 3-day. I don't know, man. Call it a hunch. Call it a good feeling, but I've got a hunch that this one could be something good. And even though I think that it has 100x potential, multi-100x potential, maybe even 1,000x, this could be that unicorn, you guys. It really could. You never know. And that's why you put in small amounts of money. Because as enticing as it is to imagine putting all of your money into something like this and seeing how high that number could be, it's often times whenever you use stuff like that that you get wrecked. Little amounts of money that could turn into a lot of money. If it does get you wrecked, at least it's only a little bit of money. And if it doesn't, you're going to make a lot of money anyway. So it's just the best way to manage high risk, high reward scenarios is to put in only money that you're okay with losing. Okay, money that is literally insignificant to you. And I know everybody on YouTube talks about that, but they don't really go deeper than that, right? If $100,000 is what you have in your portfolio, I don't even think you have any business putting anything more than 2.5%, right? If you have $1 million in your portfolio, $10 million, even then, I probably wouldn't put more than like a couple thousand, 5,000, because 5,000 at 100x, like that's millions of dollars right there. You know, like that. Why risk any more money than that, right? Like, if you want to, you can. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Do whatever you want. If you're a billionaire, go ahead, put $100,000 into this thing. You'll probably be the reason why it pumps, but you know, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with putting large amounts of money into it. It's just it adds a lot to the risk of your overall portfolio, and that's why it's not good to do it. It's really good if you're in something that has high potential, high reward, but you yourself minimize the risk in accordance to your overall portfolio. Because as bullish as I'm talking, as phenomenal as I might be painting this to be, and I've got a good feeling, you know, it's very possible it could dump to the downside. I have invested in coins. I have literally this cycle invested in multiple. GTC was one of them. Radical, RAD was one of them that I talked about earlier in the cycle, and Blue Zell, 3 coins that I was very bullish on. And they're nothing. They don't even matter. Watch them come up and be like the biggest projects of the cycle. But I'm just saying, I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. I've been right before. I'll be right again. This is just me taking a shot in the dark here. If you want to take a shot in the dark with me, go ahead. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.